Welcome to my live event. Firstly, I want to use this opportunity to thank every single person who has been given that time, who has been given the opportunity to listen to my podcast, and I've also spent time to be a guest on my podcast show. I honestly also want to use this opportunity to thank every single person who has been supporting me in what I have been building for months and also years now. I want to thank every single one of you, and I have to let you know that you all are the reason this is happening today. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to honestly thank every single one of you for that. Firstly, I want to also use this opportunity to let you guys know that I am back here today with you guys as I usually do. Every Sunday, I have some brief discussion regarding I as the podcast host and also my podcast show, The School of Heritage. And also, I speak on 5 episodes that I think will be a very, very good way you could listen to, good thing you could listen to improve your life and also learn one or two things. I present them to you for you guys to listen. And that is why I am here with you today. I am here with you today to know how you guys are doing. And if you have any question or any answer that you think regarding my podcast show or regarding I as a person, I am always there to, be there and also answer anytime. Firstly, I am going to be introducing myself as a podcast host and I'm going to discuss what my podcast is all about. Then after that, I am going to get to the position whereby I give you only 5 episodes. I thank you guys. I will discuss more regarding those episodes, and I'm going to let you guys know better how you guys can grow and also improve with this episode that I've brought on board today. Also, I'm going to also drive to the point of question and answer. If you have any question, or if there is anything you think is bothering you regarding my podcast show or regarding I as a podcast host, I am always available to show the kind of kindness and love for every single one of you. I always want to be there for you guys so I can let you guys know. And because you all are the reason why I am doing this. And if you guys are there, I should be able to bring the sense of attention with you guys. My name is Temitope Adegoke, and I am the podcast host of the School of Heritage. The School of Heritage is an educational, a self-improvement podcast show dedicated in healing, personal growth, and also improving lives of one another. It is a place whereby we gather every single person knowledge, either most especially an author, a coach, a therapist, a professor, a teacher, and other people who have a lot of experience in life, which they have brought into the world in 20 to 30 minutes. We have a topic, a discussion that will help every single one of you. And that is why I am here with you guys to let you guys know that in the School of Heritage podcast show, there are a lot you can learn from guests all over the world, from guests who have learned a lot, from topics which will really help you and grow you in the positive way. We do know that the world that we're living in now is very, very tough. It is not easy. And for people to survive it, we have to face a lot of sacrifices. And that is why I spend this time to make you guys to be welcome to my show, to listen. It is a free podcast show. Go there, listen to this guest. It is a very, very interesting conversation. Just in 20 to 30 minutes, we will be done with the conversation. And that is what I just want you guys to do, to learn from these people and grow with them. Also, I will be driving to 5 good episodes for you guys today. I'll be having more discussion and I'll be discussing more regarding this episode for the podcast show. So the first episode I would like to speak about is a episode of a person called Mrs. Rosemary Olenda. Mrs. Rose is an elderly woman now. She's an elderly woman. She gave birth to, she married a very good person, but she had a father whereby the father was a veteran. He was a man who went for war. He's a man whereby his brother went to war and his brother actually died. So for him to just take the sense of revenge, he went for war, but he actually survived. So his dad, she really spoke about her father, a man who never flogs her, who never touched her, who trained her in the right way, who showed her love, who showed her kindness, who showed her embracing, who is always there for her, and who is always strict when it is needed, who is always tough when one do wrong. And that is why we'll dive to our time today. Because now, in our time, due to the rise of influence that we see around us, we want to make our child to be comfortable. We want to make our child to have every single thing they want. We want to make our child to feel relaxed. And that is not the case most of the time. As parents, we have the time that we will play with our kids. We have times we are going to be tough with them. We have times we will laugh with them, and we have time we will frown with them. And these are the things Mrs. Rosemary drive to in this episode. It is very good for one who wants to learn how to raise a kid. To raise a kid is not easy, even due to the high influence of social media and every single thing we see around us. There are ways. And she spoke about observant. She spoke about how we speak to our kids. She spoke about what we can say to our kids so that they will see us and they will love us. They will always want to be around us. They will always want to have the sense of companion, embracing, because they do know what their mother or what their father have done to them. You understand? They want to see themselves as one. And that is where Mrs. Rose drive into. If you want to learn more, because as I said earlier, to raise a kid is not easy. It is very, very tough, and we have to learn some things. Mrs. Rose have raised elderly children now. Our children now are grown up and they are living positively. They are living happy without the wealth or money. Then during our time, the conversation I had with her, she said her father thought because he doesn't have the wealth, he doesn't have something he can leave to her, he thought he has failed in one way. And she never thought that way, because she believed now that even when someone is not financially stable, you do not need those financial everything before your kids is going to be happy. You do not need them to be satisfied in everything before they'll be happy. There are ways we can do it positively, because we want to try our best to come out with our kids to be more happier, that we should be more proud that this is my children. You understand? We don't want to be in a position whereby we have our kids and it isn't the case. So I encourage you, if you want to learn more how to raise a kid, it's a very, very beautiful episode. Also, I would like to dive to women. I know men are everywhere, but I am also a man. But if you are a man listening to me right now, I encourage you to please. Now I'm pleading, because in our time currently now, men are facing a lot of tough times. It is really tough for men to do a lot of things, to even take a lot of responsibility. I can give an example in my country where things are really, really tough for most, especially with the young guys. They are avoiding something we call responsibility. They don't want to marry and have this kind of responsibility and stuff like that. They just because of the burden of the financial stability that is going on around them. So those are the things that Mr. Sean spoke about. He spoke about men, how we can try our best to be a good father, how we can have strength, how we can take care of ourselves. We should be able to do good. We should be able to say yes, 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 yes in some circumstances. But as men, most especially father, we have to be strong enough to know what is right for us, and we have to be strong enough to know what is wrong for us, or else we will be manipulated. It is not everything we say yes to. It is not everything we show kindness for. It is not everything we show love for. There are some things that has its boundaries, and that is starts from most especially number one thing, self-control. Self-control is very, very important. It is one of the big tool we have to try our best to work on. We have to know how we can control ourselves, and we have to know how we can give ourselves the strength. And how can we do it? Sometimes we have to just be selfish in some circumstances. We don't have to just be, outgoing, giving. No, we have to know how to set boundaries and know how to control ourselves as men, because it is not easy. It takes a lot of sacrifices. And that is why I encourage any man. I know women are listening to my podcast show, but this episode is more specific for men because the man really, really, really helped a lot of men, most especially single men, because he was in a position whereby he usually do yes, 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 give, give, give. And he realized, how am I going to help myself if I'm helping other people? We have to check on ourselves first because it is when we take care of ourselves, people are going to take care of us. And that is why I encourage every single person who is a man to listen to this episode. Also, I would like to dive to the point of music. You and I will agree that music is powerful. Music is powerful. And that is what we have to understand in our life today because when we listen to music, it defines the kind of person we are. Like I, as a person listening to Guru Grand chant and all those things, it defines the kind of person I am. And that is what I want you guys to understand. Well, what we listen to define what we are powerfully. And that is where Mr. Christopher drive into. It drive into the philosophy of music. It drive into how music can be a connection or a source of strength because sometimes we feel tired, sometimes we feel lonely, most especially in our time today. Many people are isolated. It is everywhere. You guys don't think isolation is in one place or is everywhere. People are isolated. And music are things that bubbles us up. Music are things that makes us happy. And that is why we always encourage musicians most of the time. Please bring out things, bring out production that will improve the life of people. You could do anything, you could sing anything, but make sure the music most of the time has its own meaning. Because people that listen to this thing, most especially, they start to react, they start to do things in their own way because of what they've listened to. Music is very, very powerful. It is a big encouragement. And that is why it made us understand how music can help us, how it can heal us, the damage it can do to us. He also is a musician and he also drives to the best music we can listen to. Mr. Chris drives to the best music we can listen to. So I know every single person listen to music. I listen to music. Every single person listen to music. But it is something that we have to also learn how we can also try our best to know the right one we listen to. How can we know the right one? How can we know the kind of music that best fits to us? How can we develop our life and become more better through music? How can we also even be in a position whereby we start to compose our music? Most of the time, we shouldn't compose music or write music because we want to make money. Sometimes we write it because we love it, we listen to it, and we want to also compose our own and bring it out to the world to see. So, those are the little, little things we have to understand as humans. So it really dives to this perspective of music. This episode is for every single person who listens to music because I know everybody listens to music. Everybody. So that's it's just it's an episode for every single person who is listening to me currently. Also, I am going to dive into the point of the Mrs. Rakeda. I spoke about Mrs. Rakeda last week, but I will speak about her again. Mrs. Rakeda is someone she's a chartered accountant and she have done a lot in life when it comes to growth, when it comes to embracing challenges because she also made us understand that challenges will come our way. She made us understand that we do not need to be too selfish in our life. It made us understand that we have to know how to face no matter the triumphs, you have to know how to learn to embrace it. She dived to the point whereby she made us understand how we can try our best to embrace this pain, how we can try our best to embrace this anxiety, this trauma that we find in ourselves. She drives to a position whereby she explains to us how we can also be a source of happiness through healing because there is nothing more better than we being happy. And if we are not healed to some extent, we won't be happy. Challenges will come, life will tough. Even I, as a person, I usually say it. Sometimes, even if when I want to say sometimes, I usually want to just cry. It's not easy. Even most of the time where some things just have to just get to its point and it gets to a time It's just get off again. You have to start all over again, correct a lot of things, then move again, correct a lot of things, then move again. It's not easy. And that is why she made a point whereby we should learn to embrace our challenges. We are not the only ones facing these challenges. There are lots. Rich people are facing it. Poor people are facing it. Middle class are facing it. That is why we shouldn't over manipulate things, over little things we have. I see a lot of people because probably maybe they want to be in a relationship or they want to do something. They might, it is not necessary. We come and we go. It is not necessary. If it will come, it will come. If it won't, accept it. That is how God wants it to be. We have to know how to embrace our challenges because there are some little things we need to understand on earth. If we do not understand these little things, life is going to continue to hammer us. It will continue to hammer us. So I encourage you guys to please listen to the episode. It's a beautiful episode from Mrs. Brakeda. She's a chartered accountant. But from the experience she'd had from abuse, because she was once abused during her childhood time, she really brought it out for people to also learn one or two things from. It is a very beautiful episode. Lastly, I would like to dive to the point of we are not alone in darkest moment. Mrs. Dianelba. Mrs. Dianelba also faced a lot of abuse when she was a child, and she healed from those abuse. She's trying to like get to a position whereby she wants to give it to more people. She's in a position whereby she wants to make more people learn on how they can thrive, on how they can become more stronger through toughest moments. And that is where we dive to the point of God. There is God. And no matter how we are on earth, we should always understand that there is something that created us, because we are also the one that created technology. We're also the one that created robots. Robots can't get research on its own and say, who created me? It can't get that. And that is what we have to understand. He exists. Now, how can we heal from this darkest moment? Whether it's abuse, whether it's trauma, whether it's depression, whether it's ups and downs. She's a lady that she has a very, very beautiful soul and heart. You will love a discussion with me. And she drives to the point of where we can find light in our darkest moments. Time when things are in pain, time when things are tough, time when things are not meant to just be the way it's supposed to be. And that is where Mrs. Daneba drive to. We can embrace love, we can embrace everything we are, but there will always be darkest moments. How can we try our best to find support? How can we find people? Because she said something very beautiful. If we do not open up regarding our situation, we won't be ready. And if we are in a position where we are like, I am going to do it, I am going to do it, I am going to do it, we won't do it. And that is the beautiful thing Mrs. Dianeba said. She said, you have to just say it, no matter how tough that thing is, because no matter how things are, things will be really, really tough. Sometimes we will face a lot of triumphs. Every single thing will just be tough. And we have to know how to embrace it and say, all right, I need to get it out. I need to tell people about it. And if we open up, then the healing comes in. The healing comes in. The healing comes in. Listen to the episode. You will enjoy what Mrs. I and Mrs. Daneba spoke about. Every single one of my discussion, as I said earlier, lasts for 20 to 30 minutes. So in 20 to 30 minutes, we should be done with our discussion, and you will learn beautiful things from these people. I am here because of you guys, and I am pleading with the whole of my heart. I am pleading to try your best. I know it is not easy. Sometimes to sacrifice 20 to 30 minutes sometimes is not easy. We could be busy. We could be washing our clothes. We could be washing our plates. We could be cleaning our sitting room. We can just say, let me listen to this episode. Let me listen to this episode. Remember, I am not the one speaking. They are the ones speaking. The guests are the ones speaking. They are the one bringing out the experience they've had. I am just the middleman. I want you all to learn from them, and I am pleading. I don't have anything I have to say more than pleading to try and check out the poker show, learn from these people, because I have over 300 episodes with several topics that you can learn beautiful and bountifully things from. And I want you guys to show me the sense, show me the strength, I want to be happy. I want to see you guys saying, yes, I love what you're doing. And that is the what is going to motivate me the more, because sometimes one will not know, you understand, and it is there. Also, I want to try my best to thank every single person for the time, the opportunity, for spending, my podcast. Those that have been listening to my podcast show, those that will listen, I want to thank every single one of you for the time and the opportunity. And also, if you have any question regarding my podcast or regarding anything regarding my podcast show, I plead with every single one of you to please ask. Whether it's I as a podcast host or any other thing, I am pleading with you guys to ask. Ask, please. Either it is live or it is on anytime. Please ask. You could DM me, you could send me anything. I am always there to answer. Just ask, and I am going to be there to respond to you. Thank you very much for every single person, for the time and the opportunity, for the time, for everything that you've done, for listening and also spending the time. As usual, I'll meet you guys here next week Sunday. So by next week Sunday, I am going to come to introduce myself again, talk about another five new episode. So since I'm alive, and I am going to continue to do this until probably I pass on earth. And also, life is short. Let us just learn to do what we know we can do. Sometimes in my life, I always feel like I am suffering sometimes, and sometimes I see things, and when I see it, I'll just be like, okay, and that is life. We sometimes I know that sometimes life will always make show us hard way that we will want to even change. We want to get to a position whereby we won't want to behave the way we are behaving. Let us continue to show our humanity to people. People need it. I'm telling you, see, we do not know what anyone is passing through. People need humanity. Life is more tougher than what we've seen before. Let us just learn to do good. I don't know if it's a word of encouragement, but please and please, let us all learn to do good. Thank you so much. And as usual, since I am so far I'm doing all what I can do, I'll come to you guys next week again. We have brief discussion. I'm going to talk about 5 episodes again, and I'm going to do the conclusion this week. Thank you very much. See you next Sunday. Cheers. Goodbye.